Heidi ho, my crafty friends. How are you today? I hope you're doing well. So today, I thought we would make a waterfall in our little Christmas journal. And I probably make my little waterfalls different from everybody else. So, if I do and that freaks you out, that's okay. So, if I don't and it's the same, yay me! Okay, so I've already pre-cut the pieces that I want. And I got out some lace because I want some pieces of lace around the bottoms. And they're all different, they're all different. So let's put that over there. And you don't have to use lace if you don't want to. I mean, my desk is a mess. I'm working on 2 different projects. And if you're following me, you know one is this one, and one is the mindfulness journey. Oh, there's the other little scrap. So I hope you're doing both along with me, but it's a little chaotic at this time. So I'm trying to keep my desk a little organized. Not working, but I'm trying. So let's get things together here. So I'm using some washi tape. I think it's what I just dropped, my washi tape with my snowflakes that I wanted. So it should be right here by my foot, because it can't go anywhere else. So I'm using washi tape to put them on the page. Come on. Oh, there it is. I told you it would be right here by my foot. There it is. To attach them to the page. Now, do know that there is one in the other book. I'm just not going to show it to you. I'm just not going to show it to you right now. How about them apples? So, here's how I want them to eventually lay. Now, I have rounded the corners slightly, and all the pages are inked with vintage photo. They're not inked, they're oxide. I know some people that freaks out when I say that. So, let me pull my sleeves up here. So, they're going to sit like this. Let me center them up here for you. Now, the reason I say this one's different is because they don't have the little bend over flap at the top. And that's because I'm using oxide. I'm using washi tape. Now, your things like this, they all don't have to be the same size. They don't have to be the same width. They don't have to be the same anything. And mine are not. They're going to be like that. As you can tell, they're different lengths, they're different widths, and that's how they're going to be down the whole page. Now, on the bottoms of them, they're going to have different types of lace. So, what I'm going to do here, and the one that's in the other book, I've even done a different way. So, what I'm going to do with these is I'm going to place them on the page where I want them. So the bottom is the longest. So I know that I want that one right there. I don't want it any longer than that. And because it's Christmas trees, I want to use this tape. And I'm attaching it here. So, I don't want it to move. Now, I'm going to put these over here. And I'm just using a glue stick. I'm just using this glue stick to hold my tape. Now, this tape might... No. I've had some of my washies for a really, really long time. So, whenever you're going to use something like washi, you need to measure it out. You don't want it to be any longer than the page. So I need to go up to that green dot. Well, I don't think it's a dot. I think it's a square. And I'm going to put some glue on it because it won't stick very long if I don't. And I know there are some people that say if your washi doesn't stick, buy new washi. I don't want to buy new washi. I can't afford to buy new washi for all my washis that don't stick. So I'm going to take it off of there, and I'm going to center it on here. Just like that. So I'm centered on my washi. Maybe, maybe not. Just like that. And now the top of it already has the glue on it. So I'm going to put it back where I wanted it. Right there. Okay. So I know that's my lowest page. I can't go any lower than that. Okay. Now I do my top page. And this is my top page. So I know, and now I'm going to center it in the middle. So I know I can't go any further up than this. Now, my top page, I want to use this one. And again, I'm going to do this the same way. Okay, so I know my washi can't go above my page, and I want this centered. It doesn't have to be. It can be off-centered if that's what you want. It can be anywhere up here that you want it. It just doesn't matter. It can be over here. It can be over here. But I want this one centered. Okay? And now it's going to flip up. Now my next one would be my birds. And I want it over here. That's why I wanted that one centered. I want this one over here. But I want it, I've got to make sure that my tape doesn't hit that one. It's going to go there. Oops, scooch over here. And it's also going to be snowflakes. So I think I'm going to take that one off till I get my birds on. You know what? I think I just changed my mind. Because I am not very good at this. I'm terrible at this. Because this one's going to go over here. And if I'm not careful, I will squish them all together. Okay, this one's going to be snowflakes. But the next one is that one. It's going to be those little, it's going to be those little, it's going to be that one. Yeah, I'm not very good at lining things up, so I have a feeling I would not do a very good job if I was not careful. Now, I'm not particularly lining things up with the tape. I'm lining it up with the paper. I can see the paper through the tape. Oops, I didn't do a very good job, though. I want my paper and my paper together. There, that's what I want. And if the tape happens to line up, then that's fine. If it doesn't, that's fine. But I want my paper lined up. So this one's going to go up. That one's going to go up. Okay. Now this one, I want over here. This one, I want to use this tape. Now, I need to be careful with this one because I don't want it too close to the edge. Now you can use any type of washi or if you decide to use washi. You could use fabric if you wanted. You could use paper if you wanted. Gosh, you could use just about anything you wanted on this. You could use ribbons. And I've done it with paper. In my vintage books, I do this. I just use paper. I use leftover coffee dyed paper. Okay. Now, but the thing you want to make sure is that you get everything straight. And for me, that is a challenge. Because you know, I'm not very good at that. And see, it's a good thing I pulled that back out. Okay, we'll put that one more in the middle. Because, look, it didn't even end up there. Silly woman. It didn't even end up where I thought it was going to end up. Even though that was kind of where I wanted it. It ends up in the middle. Whoops. Get back over there. Okay, now this one, I just need to put glue up here again. Now, because I took it off, I need to put glue back on my tape. So, when I put glue back on this, I don't want to put glue on the back of the card. I just need to make sure I put the glue up here. Or I'm going to end up sticking it down on the paper. And I did that by accident in the other book, and I caught it. As soon as I did it, I caught it. And I had to fix it. So I want this one kind of wampadoodled. So I want to be able to see that other tape there. Right there. There. Just like that. Now, here's how it's going to go. Let's get this off here for a second. Now, we're not going to use that anymore. So this is how they're going to lift. Now, I need to be careful because this is still wet. It's going to lift like this. Just like that. Now, down here, I want to put, let's put that up there. I want to put a pocket, or maybe 2 pockets, or, you know. And I have all these little scraps from where I cut things. So I don't think that, yeah, this is a different plot. So I think I want to use this as my pocket. I'm going to use this. So let's get rid of the white from where we cut the paper. So we're going to put that there. And we're going to use that as a little tuck on top of it. Right there. Just like that. And you never know, I could stick something else on it. Now, on the other one, I'm not going to show you how I'm going to decorate that page. You won't get to see everything over there. Now, I might show you how I'm going to create the pocket for over there. You just won't get to see where it goes. All right. Because I put my thing in differently over there. Okay. Put a nice thin All right, so I want a pocket here, just like that. And then, now you can put pockets on these little cards too, and you can also decorate these little cards if you choose to. Now, we're going to put some little lace pieces on them. And this is my largest piece that I have, my largest scrap. And I think it needs to go on the bottom. Let's get that off of there. Get off of there. This needs to go down here. It needs to go on this little plaid. Now, because it's so heavy, maybe, there we go. Because it's such a heavy piece, we are going to use our Fabri-Tac. And I'm going to have to put this in my little thin bottle, I think. Right there. And we're going to run this all the way across like that. Okay, so there's that one. There's that one. And then this one. See, do I want it there or there? I don't think I even want to use that one. Now this one, I think we're just going to put the pin in because I don't think we're going to use that for this lace. I think for this piece, I think we're going to use this on here. Do I have Fabri-Tac in there? No, that's PVA glue. All right, I think we're going to use this on the birds. Come on, scoochy, scoochy. Right there. Come on. I'm not sure what side I need here. Guess I need this side. Like that. Is that right? Yes, that is correct. Like that. Get up there. Okay, settle down up there. Okay. Now, for this little piece, oh my goodness, I got a volcano now. I'm going to take one of these little guys here and go across there. And then we're going to take this volcano and then we're going to put his top on him. And we're going to spread this one across here. Goodness sakes. Okay, it's not that one. It's this one. And we're going to put this here. Okay, now let me wipe off my fingers. Okay, now let me trim all this lace here and make sure this is down and that everybody has a piece of lace. Here we go. Okay, so now everybody has a different piece of lace. Oh, I guess they don't. Two of them have the same. Oh well. I guess it doesn't matter that much, does it? And let's put that back in the drawer. They look different when they're upside down, I can assure you. Now, in our pocket, so we have 2 pockets there. So we'll put a little card or a tuck, or we'll put something in there when it comes time to do it. There we go. So there's that one. So let's go on and create our little pocket for the other one. And that way it'll be ready. So I think I want to use this little bird scrap and this little plaid for the other one. So it's basically the same size. So let's go on and cut it here. Let me go on and mark it. Where's my pencil? That'll mark better. So we'll mark there. And we'll go on and cut it here. Where's my pencil mark? That way we can have the pocket made. There we go. Whoops. And let's see, that's going to be a rather deep pocket, so I think we're going to need to trim off a row of birds. I think we'll go right under that row. All right, you guys, say adios to your friends. All right. Okay. Now let's trim off the edges here and give ourselves a little nipper. Say, sorry dude, but you were in the way. Now let's get this inked up. Now this will be the pocket on the other page. Now, instead of it being so white, you know, stark white on a coffee dyed page, I'm going to take this over it so it's not so white. Now, I do want to take this plaid and I want to make it a little bit smaller for the pocket, for the little nipper pocket that we're going to put there. Oh, that's perfect. Right there. Yeah, that's my new term, nipper pocket. I don't know where it came from, but I like it. And we're going to put that down there. Like that. And the little sticker that I wanted to put on it, I can't get to right now. It's on the other side of the room. Okay. But I'll get it on there. So you'll see it when we get back to it. So there's the base of the pocket. So where is it? There it is. So I'm going to stick it in there. So I have it to finish up. Okay. And that one will also have lace on it like this one does. All right, so put that scrap over there. Now, also, we are going to do, so we don't need this. So let's get that cap on. Okay, so let's put that. Now, I made a list of things that I want to do. So we've done the waterfall. All right, so let's go on and do. I think we'll do it in this book, though, because you all haven't seen me do anything in this book. So I don't want you to see that other spot. So we're going to do this place back here. So we're going to do a little tuck spot. Let me see. A little tuck spot with a flip out. A little tuck spot with a flip out and some writing space underneath it. Okay. Now, I'm thinking I'm going to do it either on this page or this page. I want to do it on this page. If I can wrap my brain around doing something on the left side. Since I'm a right-handed person, I have trouble doing things like that. But I think if I just create the element and lay it on the page and glue it down, I'll be okay. So let's go on and put the little drying thing away and we'll be all right. All right, so let's go on and get it here. Let's get these scraps out of the way. Oh, there's the ruler I couldn't find. Alrighty, so we're going to need our paper cutter. And we are going to need our paper. Now, let's see. That, I don't think I want, no, I don't think I want plaid on there. Okay. So, I don't want plaid. And I don't want that. So, let me grab our Christmas paper here. Alright, so we are going to need a piece of coffee dyed paper. I know you're saying, but you already have coffee dyed paper. Well, we're going to need it to go inside our element. Okay, hold on just a minute while I get our paper. Okay, here is the paper I'm going to use. It's just a scrap of paper that I had. Now where... Okay, here it is. We're going to put it on this. Now I need to find the other side of it. Here it is. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to create a flip out. Now to create a flip out, you need to cut your paper so it has a wing that's going to wrap around that way, or it can attach here. Now, you don't have to use paper for a flip out. You could use an envelope, you could use paper, you could use, anything you wanted to create your flip out. But a flip out, just by its term, means it flips out, okay? But this one also opens. So, what we're going to do is we're going to take our paper and we need to measure the size that we need. Now, I don't want this to be really big on the page. So I'm thinking about that big because I still need to give myself probably about a ½ inch. Actually, I'm going to give myself about a ½ inch. So I'm going to measure from there, and I'm going to take my pencil, and I'm going to cut a ½ inch. Okay, so I'm measuring out a ½ inch from where the edge of my paper is. So this would be normally where I would cut. This is my ½ inch. Okay, that's going to be my... words are hard. I'm cold and words are hard. You'll see it here in just a second. That's where I'm going to cut. So let me show you. This is where I'm going to cut my paper. Right here. Like that. Then I'm going to take this. And just like I showed you guys in a previous video, I'm going to line this up in the little groove on my cutter. Now I'm going to make sure it's straight. Now I'm not cutting. Get this up here out of the way so you can see. I'm just lining it up with my little guitar string that's in there here that I would normally use for cutting. And I'm taking the little ball that's on the end there. Can you see it against my finger? And I'm scoring a line. I'm using this cutting in here as a little scoreboard. Okay, so now I can fold that like that. There. Now, on the inside here, I can cover it. Okay, So now I have my flip out, but I can also open it and I can write on it. So I'm going to take my coffee dyed paper and I'm going to cover the inside of this. I'm just going to use a glue stick to put it down, but before I do, I'm just going to take my vintage photo and I'm just going to drag it across, and I'm just very, very, I mean, it's barely touching it, just to give it something that says Heidi Ho. And you can still write on it. It's just emphasizing that a little bit. And I'm going to grab my glue stick. That's all it is. It's just, you know, giving it something that says a little Heidi Ho. And I'm just taking my glue stick. Actually, I need to do this on here. And that ink will dry. This ink on here will dry. It won't hurt anything. Okay. Now, I am going to line this up as carefully as I can. And if, you know, you guys know me, I'm not really good at lining things up very well. But that's why God invented scissors. Or that's why God made the people that invented scissors. So people like me that aren't really good at things like that can trim them. See, God knew what he was doing. He said, I'm going to create a person by the name of Lori, and she isn't going to be able to do diddly squat when it comes to making things straight. So I better make somebody that can make scissors, or that poor girl is going to be up a creek. There. Now I'm going to take my bone folder. Make sure it's good and flat. Okay, I missed that corner a little bit. So let's get some. Okay. Now, let me pull my sleeves up here. Now, it's a good thing oxide comes out. That's all I can tell you. And I am going to fold this back. There. Now, this little corner right here, even though you're not going to see it because it's going to be glued down, I am still going to ink around it like this. Just like this. Okay. And then I'm going to take my little dippity-doo-dah here. Now, you could put a couple of these on your page if you wanted. You could just, you know, have a whole little family of them. Now, I'm not going to wrap this around this page like that. I'm just going to put this on this page right here. Now you see what I mean by having two of them. You could put three of them. You could put one down here, one up here, and you could put something in the middle if you wanted, or you could have one that goes this way. You know, you could just make a couple of them. So I'm going to have one that goes this way, and it's going to open up like this, and you can write or you can decorate in it. Now, I am going to go like this, because I want you to know that, you know, you can do something in there. Now, you could also do something like this and make one a pocket if you wanted. So if you wanted to have a little flip out here, so if you wanted your other one to be a little pocket, you could have one make a little pocket. You could put a little pocket on the front of this if you when you're decorating it. So this is what I mean by that. Like, we could take all of our little scraps that we have and put a little pocket here. So this one, I want to sit right here. So I want another one up here, but I want it to go that way. So I'm probably going to put it on this side to go that way. So I'm going to get another one. Except I want to use this paper. Hey, big guy. PJ's come to see us, you guys. So I want to cut another piece of paper. Same size. What you doing? What you doing? Your bed's over there. You can lay down. He can't figure out who I'm talking to, you guys. What? Well, you can't go on the deck. It's too cold. I'm sorry, but no, you can't go out on the deck. I know. I know. Well, I don't know what to tell you. Okay, so here's mine for the other side. That's going to come over here. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to cover the inside. But first, here it is right here. I'm going to mark my 1/2 inch. Okay. So, let's see here. I want it to open. It doesn't really matter because this is non-directional, so that just does not even matter. So if I do it on the wrong side, it's not a big deal. So, but I do want to mark it. Let's measure in here 1/2 inch. Okay, now let's get this lined up here. Right there. Okay. I don't know, I want the small side here. Okay, I'm scored. Let's bend that over. All right, I did not cut that. Oh my goodness, I didn't cut that straight. Did not cut that straight. Holy guacamole. How in the world? That's what happens, I guess, when I'm talking to little peeps. That's what happens when I'm talking to the peep. All right, let's straighten this up. Shall we? There we go. Now we're straight. Yeah, when I'm done here, I'll let him wander out to the deck. He'll wander out, turn around, and wander right back. Happens every time. Now, I think this one, you know what? I think this one, let's see, do we want this one to ride onto, or do we want this one to be a pocket? I think this one will make a pocket. That way, you can write on something else and put in the top. That way you can hide it away in the top. Okay, but I'm still going to do that. That way if you see anything, you know, if I don't get that glued down all the way, you won't see it. Here it is. So we'll do this one up at the top. Yeah, I don't want that popping in my face. Okay, now let's get these glued down. Now this one will be glued down as a pocket, but it will go the other way. And underneath this one is where we'll put maybe the writing space. Okay. So there's our pocket on that one. Okay, so this one, we are going to glue here. Maybe I'll glue this over here and it'll lay on that side. Except I think I want to turn it that way. Let's put this over here. Now I'm not putting this all the way at the bottom. And I'm not putting it, I don't know if you can see, it's not all the way into the spine and it's not all the way at the bottom. But it's close. It is very, very close. So it opens up that way. So I guess it isn't a flip out. It's something else. Okay, so this one will be a flip out. And it will flip out that way. And underneath, I am going to put my paper like that. Now, I need to make something that will hold that closed. Now, I want that to go around the other way also. So I think I'm just going to put a paper clip on that. So this one will flip out that way. And then we're going to put something down here to write on. So we are going to take, I don't want that, I want something a little sturdier. Here, we're just going to take a piece of this. And we're going to okay, let's make this a little bit thinner. Okay, over here. Right there. Just like that. Okay, there's the writing space for under there. Oops, why didn't that fit? Oh my goodness, I turned it the wrong way. Heaven's sakes. Okay, well, we're just going to have to deal with it. Maybe we'll put some lace there. Now, down here, it's going to open up. We can write. And to close it, I know I have something we can make into a Christmas one. I think we'll put a gold one, and I will put some ribbon, some Christmas ribbon on it. But for now, there. Oh, look, I have some fabric I can put on it. So I will just tie a piece of fabric on it. This is the same fabric that is on the cover. It's a little fat, but it'll do. It will do in a pinch. Oops, I dropped it. Oh my goodness. It'll do in a pinch if I can hold on to it. All right, I'll have to fiddle with my fabric in a little bit. There. Okay. Now, that'll hold that closed. It did not. My page didn't turn out like I intended the page, but there's that one. So, I will have to fix that so my bird shows, but that's perfect. That's a perfect bird page. Silly thing. So that will work on that page. We'll get that straightened out. We'll get some, we will get some lace up there, since I can't seem to remember what side it goes on. So it looks better. And with the bird, that will be perfect. All right. So now we've got that taken care of. And we've got flip outs taken care of somewhere in here. There we go. And we've got flip outs done. There we go. We are moving right along. I'm so excited. So, I hope you all are journaling with me and creating a book with me and having some fun with me and, you know, making mistakes with me, because that's the way journaling is. We make mistakes, we have some fun, and you just move on, because you know what? Oh, I forgot to put lace on that one. Oh, good. That means I get to play with more lace. Woohoo! But there is no right or wrong, so don't ever let anybody tell you that you're doing anything right or you're doing anything wrong, because it's your book. You do whatever you want in it. Do whatever you want. So, until I see you again in our next Ladybug Journal video, ta-ta for now.